You're listening to WKDW Radio 97.5 and KDWRadio.com, broadcasting from the Bishop West Real Estate Mobile Tower right here in overcast Northport, Florida. I was up and down the freeway today, went up into Sarasota, into Siesta Key. It's beautiful over there. Heavy traffic still. Just take your time getting home. 80 or less. I did see a few crazy ones out there driving over 100, and I could just see the smoke coming out of the back of their vehicles. Joe, listen, at 100 miles an hour, you're just going to kill somebody. Slow it down. Take your time. There's no reason to zoom in and out of traffic, multiple lane changes, all that stuff. Just settle down. Let's enjoy life. Life is too short. I've got a very, very, very special guest in the house who missed last month, and I really want to hold her accountable today.
Oh, I do. There's 5 berries in that.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of pressure on you now.
There was a lot. I just figured you guys were sick of me, so I needed to give you a little Laura vacation, but that's okay. We're back. There's maracas.
Oh, nice. Maracas are going on. It's a party in the house.
always with Parks and Rec.
So there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about the biggest one I think that's coming up is, isn't it Say I Do Again?
We do. Yeah, we have a Vow Renewal Event. So if you are so inclined and wish to say I do again with your sweetheart, we're doing this in partnership with the Kiwanis, and that is February 12th. There's 2 ceremonies you can pick from. There's an informal and a formal. And it's at the beautiful Garden of the 5 Senses. So you can come sign up for that. And the proceeds from that are going to go to support the City of Northport's Youth Scholarship Fund. That's our recreation scholarship that provides scholarships for our Learn to Swim program or for like programs like our summer camp. And some of it will also go towards the Kiwanis initiatives. So that's coming up. There's a 3 o'clock ceremony and a 5 o'clock ceremony. And if folks want to register, please give us a call. You can simply give us a call or you can stop by in person. It's 941-429-7275. So we'll be happy to help you out. And you can select option number 2. So if you select option number 1, you're going to the Aquatic Center. So pick number 2 and our staff at the Morgan will be happy to help.
Well, you know, there's a formal and it's not so much formal.
Tell the people what you picked, John.
What's that?
Tell the people what you picked. Which one you picked?
I think they should guess. I wear shorts and a fishing shirt all day long. And I did go to the Care Ball and I did dress up, but I had a clown tie on. So that was appropriate for me. So I think that I'm going informal. I'm just saying. I love that. Most of the listeners out there would think that same thing.
We'll have to do polls. We'll have to work on doing polls so we can play fun games like that. So
I might buy myself a funny T-shirt, something that says something funny.
You just need one of the tuxedo T-shirts, and you'll be well equipped.
That would work.
So just don't forget your logo on the back.
I think he should go in a kill.
Oh, there you go.
I've done less.
That would be good.
I've done less and I've done so much more.
That's a whole nother show.
Yes, it is. But, you know, that's going to be a lot of fun. I know that we had we got a number count the other day, and I think we were at 33 informal.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember the latest numbers, but yeah, I know it's doing well. We're glad to hold it, and it's just in time for Valentine's Day. So if you were looking for a romantic option because you're kind of like me and you put it off to the last minute, this is a good option for you. So yeah.
Well, you know, we could run 2 of these. We could say I do and then say I don't.
I've heard that joke. I've seen a few of those on social sharing the thing. Like, no, thank you.
That's right. I did it once. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. So
it's all good. It's all good. So what else is happening out there?
Oh my gosh. So I'm sure, as you know, it's always camp season, right? So our summer camp registrations just opened. And with some of the network issues that we were facing over the last few weeks, we've had to pivot with our registration. So we held our first ever in-person roundup where people could come in person and get signed up for summer camp and talk to the staff and get their questions answered. And John, we're already over 50% registered full for that program. Right. So
every time we do this and we talk about it's great because the word is definitely getting out.
Yes. Yes.
And you can tell that just with how much the camps are being utilized now and how fast they fill up.
Yeah, it's going crazy. I mean, I think our winter break camp was only out for I think it filled up in a week. So I just wanted to take the opportunity. Please don't wait because we know for many of the working parents in our community, this is their childcare option over the summer. And so please don't wait. Don't sit back and give it a couple weeks, because at the rate we're going, it's going to fill up real quick. So camp registration's now open. You can go to cityonorthport.com/camp. You can download the registration form right there, fill it out, come into our center in person, give us a call on the phone, and make sure you get on our list so that you have a spot reserved for your kid this summer. I also want to put a shout out there for anyone who's concerned about, the fees that come along with the camp and affording it for their kids. We do have a youth scholarship program. That's cityofnorthport.com/youth scholarship program. So you can go there and fill out an application right online. You can give us a call and we can assist you with completing that application, or you can stop by in person and we'll help you in person as well. So please don't let that hinder you from applying and looking at us as an option. We're happy to help you figure out that process and get you taken care of.
I want to go back to one thing at the beginning. We talked a little bit about the Say I Do Again.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that. There's a organization that you've partnered with on that. So I kind of want to highlight, one, that organization, and two, what is the value of partnering up with different organizations like that to make events move forward?
Sure. So as I had mentioned, we're hosting this in partnership with the Kiwanis, and a portion of that proceeds will go towards their initiatives and different. I can't remember what specific one was theirs. I apologize for that. But, I think in general, being able to partner with our local nonprofits is a way to enhance the events and just have that community building feel. And I think we talked about this a lot, John, when, WKDW and yourself partnered with us for the Poinsettia Parade and Festival and doing the coverage and the live streams and talking to the folks who were there in attendance. The Art Center have been fantastic to us over the last few months and coming to events or coming in and teaching a class to our team members. And, everybody has different strengths and different skills and different areas of expertise. And we're very grateful to our local organizations who have partnered with us to help us either expand our reach or to be the experts in something that we can't necessarily speak to, but that, our members, our kids, our residents might be interested in. I have another great partnership example. In addition to the Say I Do Again with the Kiwanis, we're also doing a Community of Unity initiative right now. And the Chamber of Commerce came in and partnered with us on that, and they're donating prize baskets worth up to $100. The Art Center partnered with us to help us with the mobile gallery walls. And they're allowing us to do things that we might not otherwise be able to do. So we're appreciative of that. We're always happy to explore the possibility of partnerships and enhancing our events. So if someone has an idea or wants to do something, please reach out to us. Let us know. You would call me directly. So, it's that engagement part of my title. So give me a ring and I am happy to chat with you about what the possibilities might be, what your area of interest in, and see if there's a way that we can work together. So, but have you seen the Community of Unity? Were you familiar with that?
I have not, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a great, we're really excited about this. It's a photo competition I'm not sure how many folks listening are aware, but at the annual State of the City, our city manager had announced his whole theme was based around this being a community of unity. And we thought that in honor of Black History and Women's History Months, that there was no better time to kind of encourage members of our community to share their voices through the power of photography. So we're inviting people to submit photos that illustrates the ways in which we are a community of unity, or what that theme means to them, or what it could look like in the future. We're accepting submissions through February 22nd. the photos that we receive, we're going to print them and display them at the George Mullen Activity Center, the Morgan, at the Art Center. Dr. Little with the high school just came on with us for this, and I'm sure the chamber will probably have a few on display, and we're going to display them through the end of March. And then we'll have an independent judging panel who will review the entries, and our entries will be eligible to win prizes in People's Choice, Judge's Choice, a Best in Show for adults, and a Best in Show for youth. And we have some really great prize baskets. So I encourage folks to go to our website. It's cityofnorthport.com/community of unity. And you just click submit an entry and you can attach your photo right there. You can download the contest rules and see, we ask you to have it a certain size. So when we print it, it doesn't get all fuzzy and that kind of stuff. And please don't filter it like crazy. I love filters as much as the next lady, but we'd love for folks to kind of make it as authentic a photo as possible. And we can't wait to see the entries we get. I mean, these baskets, Bill just called me. We have some really great baskets. Kyle Curtis is sponsoring some. Gail West has sponsored an entry for it. We're going to have the escape rooms. Oh, I'm missing. Who am I missing? F45 is a new training group, so we're putting them on there. But yeah, really great baskets. They're going to be worth up to $100. And I heard we may have a mountain bike and a kayak as well to add to that.
And
so
don't forget the art center's part of that too, right?
Yes, they have been wonderful. They reached out to their group and community and invited them, and they're providing these portable gallery walls that we'll be displaying the artwork on at the centers. So we're thrilled that once, we put out the call and said, hey, would you help us with this? And everyone was like, yes, and enthusiastic. And so I really hope that our residents will be enthusiastic as well about sharing what that looks like to them.
And, well, I was at the chamber event when Jerome was talking about community with unity.
Yeah, I remember waving at you from across the room.
Yes. And the funny thing is that tagline actually stuck with me for the congratulatory speech that I gave Peter Bartolotto for getting into the Hall of Fame. And
I was impressed that you pivoted and added that in there. That was good.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because it really resonated with me, and to see it kind of stay lifelike into the community again at a whole different. It's one thing to say it. It's one thing to try to act it out. It's a different thing to actually put it to film or put a camera behind it and really try to get something exciting to share with the community. And I think it's a great thing that it kind of led into a whole lot of different ideas. I have one little phrase, 3 words. It's amazing how much you can run off of 3 words, and if people get excited enough, the outcomes are going to be crazy. I just because I can see a lot of fun pictures.
We're lucky. We have 8 entries so far, so I'm hoping that we keep ramping them up. I know we're inviting the high schoolers and the photography classes, and I just want to invite anyone. I mean, you don't have to be a professional photographer for this. Cameras are great these days. We really just want to hear from people or see their vision of what that means. And like you said, I'm just so excited to get a different perspective on what that phrase and what those 3 little words could mean to others in our community. And I'm just thrilled. I'm so excited. I think you can probably tell I'm really excited about it. And I hope we get a lot of really great entries, and I can't wait to share them with you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And, we usually talk about Parks and Rec by itself. And what's really cool is the first 2 things we've talked about are things that are happening within Parks and Rec, but they're directly tied to a lot of community leaders, a lot of organizations out there. I mean, you just named 5 just from that one event, along with 6 with the Kiwanis organization, which will probably be involved in this at some level, getting people out there. Because it just feels like the community itself has been, I don't want to say disconnected, because there's a lot of us that are connected, but we're getting the word out so effectively now. The Facebook pages, the social media stuff, and the website for the city, it's really starting to, I think, gain traction. Do you guys feel that way? I know I've talked to
for sure.
about that, but
no, I know, like, for example, our Parks and Rec Facebook page, when we first started that, I mean, that's only 2 years old, I think, and we're now upwards of over 10,000 followers out there. So I think people are starting to understand where they can go for the information that they're looking for, because sometimes it's about knowing where to look, right, or being active. And I hope that if someone were to grade our report card on working with others, that they would say, oh yeah, no, I've seen improvements. And I see that people, we're building relationships and trying to involve these different organizations and things. We've always done that to some degree, but of course there's always room for improvement. So I think that the last few events we've had have been great examples of trying to reach out and encourage our community to be part of it. And I have another event coming up that, when you talk about needing great community involvement, we're actually going to have our very first Northport's Got Talent show this May. Wow. And so we're hosting it on a stage. We're going to have the judging panel. And so, of course, we need acts to enter the talent show. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be putting out a call for people who, if you sing or you dance or whatever your show is, I don't know, but whatever your talent is, phone calls, making ringtones.
That's me. That's my talent, making my phone ring. Hey. I seem to be able to do that anytime I don't want to.
That's awesome. That's a good talent. So whatever your talent is, we want to invite people to come in and submit an application to be part of our first ever Northport's Got Talent show. So I'll be coming out with more information. I don't have it posted just yet, but it is in our playbook. So if people are interested and they want to learn more, I encourage you. For those of you who are watching at home, I'm showing our latest playbook, Explore, Engage, Restore with us. And you can find an electronic online. It's cityofnorthport.com/playbook, or you can pick one up in person. So you can stop by one of our centers, the Aquatic Center, the Chamber, the libraries, and snag a copy for yourself from there.
I have a feeling that in a couple seconds, that's probably going to appear somewhere on the screen, because I see my tech back there, Marie, working diligently on typing that in. But
she's going fast.
I'm going to say this because I keep harping today on the partnerships out there in the community. Isn't there a really good connection with Parks and Rec and the Chamber?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we are so grateful to the Chamber. We just had Newcomer Day on Saturday. For those of you who aren't aware of what that is, 3 times a year, we hold an expo-like event where people can come, and it's basically a one-stop shop to get connected with businesses, nonprofits, with city services. And you can come out to all these information tables and you can learn about what there is in Northport, get answers to your questions, everything from when is my trash being picked up to what are the nonprofits I could volunteer for to, I'm going to have a wedding coming up, or do you have any DJ services locally that I could get connected with? So it's a great event. The Chamber have been fantastic partners on that. They take care of getting our for-profit businesses signed up, and we handle the nonprofit side. And we hold that in February, May, and November. So there'll be a couple more coming up. And please, that's a free event, free admission. A lot of the booths have free swag and things for you to pick up. And you don't have to be like only here in Northport for a month to attend. If you've been here for 30 years and you're just wondering about, the businesses and organizations here, it's a great event to come to and get connected. So yeah, if you've been here, if you're new to the area, or if you've been here a while, everybody is welcome at Newcomer Day. It is, I attended when I first moved before I was a part of the city, and it was, very helpful to my husband and I as we were getting acclimated with a new community and getting tied in. And I'm grateful we went. So I highly encourage anyone to come.
Well, see, and I wanted to draw those two things together, because what's really important, I think, for our community as a whole right now is that the Chamber is, I think, probably at the strongest level it's ever been. And they're very active, forging everything forward, getting information out, promoting our town, promoting Parks and Rec, promoting recycling. You pretty much go in there and you feel like you're learning more about the city. Even if you've been involved with the city, you're going to learn more. The reason I'm trying to couple you guys together is because there are a lot of organizations out there who are part of the chamber that are sponsors, whether it be at Christmas, whether it be the 4th of July. A lot of these organizations, they really step forward. And the reason that they're able to step forward in a timely manner is the partnerships that you guys have on getting these, I think, bigger events that you have out in front early. You guys have those on the schedule. You're already working those. And that partnership with the chamber has got to be an essential part of getting information out to the business owners, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. I mean, first of all, like, nothing defines endless energy like Bill Gunnan. So
right.
The man, I don't know how he does that. I need to bottle it. It's fantastic. But yeah, he's just endless enthusiasm. And I just went to their chamber breakfast the other day to share information about our community of unity. We reach out to them and try and share our press releases or sponsorship opportunities because, as you mentioned, we have quite a few. I mean, 4th of July, we all know when Independence Day is going to happen. So
Correct.
If you own a business or you want to get involved or you want a booth at the event, reach out to me. Give me a call. I would love to work with you. It's 429-7143. We have a lot of great sponsorship opportunities for our Independence Day events. And, like I said, we appreciate our relationship with the chamber. We appreciate the opportunities they give us to connect with their membership. And together we're stronger. So.
And you've been here how many years now?
I just hit my 3rd anniversary, believe it or not, John.
So and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
and the funny thing about 3 years is what's changed in the city of Northport in just 36 months.
What hasn't changed would be a smaller list.
Because if you're here for 36 months, you're deep into all of this stuff. But people who are new here, if they don't learn about the chamber, learn about Parks and Recs, learn about the playbook, to figure out what the parks are all about, they're kind of sitting back. And I kind of addressing right now the people that are out there saying there's nothing to do here. Well, there's always nothing to do as long as that's what you're looking for. Because I got to believe that any of our community, our surrounding communities, if you are looking for something, there's plenty to do. Sure. And we have plenty to do here. I don't want to talk about nightlife because that's a select group of people. Okay. But I'm talking about the things that you can get involved with, meet people, have the camaraderie together, volunteering at camps, volunteering at the aquatic center, volunteering to do any of those types of things where you're just engaging with people. Our senior population, that's, to me, they're a huge value when it comes to volunteering.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a great group of people. We have volunteers who come out for our events, whether they're helping stuff eggs or whether they're helping work an event. And we are always grateful for an extra set of hands. So if someone is looking for a way to get involved or get connected, reach out and let us know here at Parks. And even if we're not the department of choice, if you prefer, we have volunteer service aides with our police force, and there are other opportunities in the city to get connected. And I mean, it's just so it's invaluable. The people who give of their time and give of themselves, we are so very grateful for those folks. And, we just had another great example of that. I want to give a shout out to the Environmental Conservancy of Northport. They just did our very first ever nature walk with them, and they partnered with us, and we had a group that they took through the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. We have another one coming up. I want to say May. I don't hold me to that, but we have another one coming up at Oaks Park, and we're going to be looking to do that on a quarterly basis. And, they have been phenomenal too, historically, with us, of coming into a park and doing a cleanup and sharing their knowledge and their expertise. And we're just so grateful for groups like that who give of their times. Uh, Another great example, speaking of new programs, did you hear about our Float for Life program, John?
I did not.
You didn't? Okay, so we are so excited to be the very first aquatic center in Florida that are certified to instruct Float for Life programs.
Wow.
So, the Rotary Club of Northport Central were phenomenally generous. They donated a lot of money to bring in a trainer and fund this program. And they flew in a trainer from Indiana. And Float for Life is a program that basically teaches young babies and toddlers how to recover to a back float if they fall into the water or are clothed. And so it's a program, you've probably seen videos of similar things if you're going through social. So it is solely based on a water safety program. My daughter was fortunate enough, my little 2-year-old was lucky enough to be one of the trainees when they were training the trainers. So she got to get in the water and recover from it. And just the progression with only 2 or 3 training sessions like that was phenomenal. And so we now have classes. So for anyone who wants to learn more or sign up for this program, you can reach out to the Aquatic Center and schedule it directly with them. We're offering it mainly on weekends right now, but it's usually one instructor will work with your child for a set time period. Our pool is geothermally heated, so I know it's chilly right now, but it will get warmer. But it's just a phenomenal program, and we're just so excited because our instructors are now certified to be instructors themselves. So we are so grateful. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's always a big deal when you're the first in something, especially in a state as big as Florida, that has so many other aquatic centers and facilities and things of that nature. So we're so excited for that. We're very grateful to the Rotary Club for their continued support of our water safety initiatives. We have Josh the Outer Books there. So if anyone's curious about Float for Life, give us a call. It's 429-PARK. It's 429-7275. And you select option 1 and our staff can get you set up. They're happy to talk to you about the program. You can even stop by the facility yourself and just talk to our lifeguards. And they, even if it's not Float for Life, our Learn to Swim program, we have a lot of water in Northport, and it is so important for kids and adults to feel safe when they're in, on, or around the water. And we don't want them just safe at our aquatic center. We want people safe at home. We want them safe if they happen to be by a canal or paddling. So we will instruct anyone from 6 months of age to 106. So
there is something to be said about having our new aquatic center. Yes, while there is a lot of fun to be had there, and just the lazy river and all that other fun stuff, there's some real practical use that people need to take advantage of. We're putting our grandkids, Ellie and Evie T, they're up in Cuyahoga Falls, and we have a local aquatic center up there.
Yep.
Yeah, indoors, of course, because they're at about 14 inches of snow right now. But they're in swimming lessons, and they're moving that. It is. And I've told this story, but in the past, that when I was a kid, my mom, for our birthdays, would always remind my grandmother, "Hey, their YMCA membership is needing renewed," and so that was we would get our YMCA membership as part of our birthday present and Christmas present combo, back in the day. And that we learned how to swim at the YMCA, and I've been blessed in the sense that I've been around a lot of little kids, whether it be in a like hotel area or even visiting Ellie up in North Carolina in the summertime where they were at the pool. I was teaching kids how to swim in the pool because of what I learned when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity to, one, maybe remember some skill set that you had and help somebody else, but encourage the use of the aquatic center. I've recently read a few things that it's so cold. How do we get our money's worth? Well, sorry, it's Florida. Unfortunately, we do get cold, and you're right. The geothermal side of things does make a good correction, but it's not the overcorrection for 30 degrees.
Yeah. We try and aim for, if it's under 55 degrees, that's kind of our benchmark here, is if it's below 55, we don't get enough visitors in a day to make the staffing
Right.
worthwhile. So we try and look at a balance, right? Because our job is to provide this outreach and this service and the amenities, but also to balance that with the expenses and to try and bring those two sides as close together as possible. So
and there's one controlling factor there, but that I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but Mother Nature has a wild idea of where she's going to go with the day, what she's going to do with the temperatures, whether it's on the high side or the low side.
That's true. She giveth and she taketh.
Don't blame Parks and Rec or the Aquatic Center.
Yeah, we can't control the weather yet. Not yet. There's a lot of factors we can handle.
I started reading that and I was just amazed that people were upset with that whole theory. It's a really bad theory. It kind of step back and realize you're assessing something that is out of all of our control. If we could control the weather, we'd stop all the tornadoes, we'd stop all the flooding, we'd stop all the hurricanes. Put a cold weather in there with a hurricane bearing down on us. Park's not going to be open then either.
No.
So just chill out. The weather.
At the end of the day, safety comes first, right? We don't want anyone.
The funny thing is that's a great segue into the reason that the Aquatic Center is there and promoting the safety for the kids.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, John, because it is such a cornerstone of that facility. And I really hope that people, if they take away anything when we talk about the Aquatic Center, that's what they take away, because there is a lot going on there that folks may not realize. We just launched our Safe at Home series, which are free safety series that we're doing in conjunction with Northport Fire Rescue. That's happening right now. I want to get you dates. It's on the Wednesday. So our next one is February 16th at 6:00 at the Aquatic Center. It's free. They'll go over first aid, CPR, proper child seat installations. So we have opportunities like that. We have camps and classes where you can get certified in CPR and first aid with our Aquatic Center staff. So we have a babysitter's class. We just had some kids, I think 8 kids just graduated from that, who are now first aid CPR certified. We have a junior lifeguard camp, which is teaching our young kids who are not quite old enough to be our lifeguards with us yet. So you need to be 16 to get hired with us, and we're hiring. So if you know good kids, send them our way.
All right. We can do that.
But if you're, we also have kids like 12 to 15. They're getting certified in those programs. And we've just partnered with the Gulf Coast Community Foundation, where we're going to, this had kind of got derailed by COVID back when that first all happened in 2020, but we are working with the Manda Swim Kids program again, and they're going to bus every single second grader in the city of Northport to our Aquatic Center, and we're going to give them a week's worth of free swim lessons. And we want to make sure that our local kids are taken care of and that they're safe and they know how to behave around water. And I am just so thrilled that we could bring that back, because it's just such an important part of what we do.
Yep. So keep that in mind as we're transitioning from the colder weather of 30, and we're not at -10, so we're still warmer than a lot of the country.
We are.
Is in check at 55 degrees. It's just not doable. Keep that in mind. It's not a waste of money. You're going to get plenty of days in Florida for usage of the Aquatic Center as a whole.
We actually have a countdown clock. I think Marie showed our little, we're so excited because we reopened like pretty much all aquatic facilities here in Florida. Spring break is usually when we're open every single day, and then we're open, the water park portion is open on the weekends starting at spring break. So we have 32 days. Thank you, Marie, for doing that till you can be poolside at NPAC. So we have some fun surprises there. So I'm inviting everyone to stop by the Aquatic Center during spring break and make sure to open Snapchat and take a selfie. So please do that. We have a fun little surprise there with some filters that you'll get to play with. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people do. But yeah,
awesome.
That place is going to be hopping. I promise you, this summer and spring, it's going to be busy.
So do you have any updates on the new Veterans Park?
I saw, Mr. English, it looks like, had a question on that. So I know that just went before commission. They were looking at, we had done a poll. The committee, we have a Veterans Park ad hoc committee. They have done a fantastic job of identifying some of the amenities and the way that the park would be laid out and some of the design basics for that. And they also had done a poll of the community for potential names. I believe it is going back to the committee for them to identify their top 3 favorite names, which will then go back before commission for discussion. And then I believe from there, the drawing will go into a design with an engineering phase. So it's moving forward. The committee has done a fantastic job of moving that project along. And if there's anything specific, I'd have to dig into it more. That I kind of just know the basics, but if anyone has specific questions or if Mr. English would like to know more, I'm happy to dig into that for him and get the info.
So, that would be, I want to say we're at 27 parks, right? Are we 27?
26? 27?
So that would be 27 with that.
Hold on, I got to look at my list here.
Hey, look at the cheat book.
Yeah, 26. So 26. That would make us 27.
27 with that. So I wasn't too far off. Not too bad.
That was pretty good. Good.
And we've broken those down at different times. When the weather gets warmer, I'm going to be remote with you at some of these sites because the luxury of having Marie being able to punch a button and get me on the air makes me mobile when we go out to a park now.
And you are mobile and agile.
Oh my God.
I see you running around and he's geared up, you guys. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Mr. John here when he's out there and he's doing his streaming live and he's walking around the events because it's almost like the one-man band. You have all your gears and your tchotchkes and it's you get it done. It's great.
And it's crazy how it kind of works out. But the blessing that I have now is with Marie backstage, it takes one of those computers that were draped over my arms off of my arm and puts it in with her. So I actually can carry less equipment today than I could have 6 months ago. So it really makes it a lot nicer. And so I want to attempt to do this with you because we've been talking about the different parks. I want to be able to go to the different parks and do the show from the park, but keep in mind that we're going to be educating people through the radio, not just on the air, on Facebook or YouTube, and we're on Twitter too. So if you're having the radio turned up and you're listening in, don't forget Real Talk 97.5. You've got WKDW. We're live streaming on YouTube. We're on Twitter. So you can get all of those different avenues to get this information. But you can actually watch us on the air, which is kind of cool too, because we've taken the radio station and adapted it into something I don't think any of us thought we would be able to do in this short period of time.
It's amazing the way that we've been able to advance with technology the last couple of years, and kudos to you guys because you've done a fantastic job of staying on top of things and on the trends and experimenting and finding what works. And it's very cool. I appreciate it.
My wife would have walked in here, she'd say, he's not tech savvy. I'm really not.
I wouldn't believe that. That would be one of the first descriptor words I would use for you, John, actually.
Not at all. I'm a tech thrower. out the window goes. It's the tech side of things now has made it so it's much more user friendly.
Yeah.
And so it is getting better. I just had this conversation on there the other day that even our senior population has transitioned into more of a role of utilizing the computer now. Marie is a big advocate of this, and she just popped on air. But, look at what Marie's doing with technology now. StreamYard is at the radio station is because of Marie. And we're all training behind her right now. And I've done some of the tech, but she's done the majority of the tech on the show. But what really makes this nice is it presents to our customers our listening audience in a much different way.
Yeah.
We're able to show the playbook. We're able to show pictures of the park. We're able to get the information out. We're actually able to show pictures of your past events, which is kind of cool.
No, it is cool. I mean, because I'm not so great at the descriptors of there is a green tree. It is a live oak.
Yeah.
Envision it.
Right there.
The sun is peeking from a cloud. So,
well, I want to thank two people who've given us likes as Chuck English. Thanks, buddy. And my mother-in-law, Marjorie Helen. She's out there pushing her button.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, so there's probably more out there that we don't see. But if you guys would push the like button, thumbs up, give us a smiley face, stick the tongue out with one of those faces.
I'll give
That's
a little.
what they do.
For Chuck and Marguerite.
Yeah, well, it's 5:00 somewhere.
It is not here for me.
Not here, not yet. But we're getting really close.
Closer by the minute. So
yeah.
Let's see. What else do you want to talk about?
What else do you have on your plate?
Oh boy, we would be remiss if we did not talk about Wolfstock. So
Wolfstock is coming up.
Yes. So Wolfstock is actually the same day as Say I Do. So you could come join us in the morning for Wolfstock at the Canine Club Dog Park, and then go Say I Do again if you are so inclined at the Garden of Places.
I don't have a dog, but I have been to Wolfstock.
But if you come to Wolfstock, you could get a dog. So
well, I know. No, I'm not. But I know that. And I encourage anyone other than me and my wife to go to that to get a dog.
That's good. I'm glad that hopefully we will get, we have some great dogs there. It's a great event. It's the third year. Yeah, the third year we've done Wolfstock. For anyone who's not aware, Wolfstock is our annual pup-friendly event. We hold it at the Canine Club Dog Park. It's on Appomattox, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is free, parking is free, but I still encourage you to bring your wallets, because there are some great vendors on site. There's going to be food trucks and mobile food and drink vendors there, and you're going to get to watch a lot of cool demonstrations. So we have the Sarasota Canine Search and Rescue will be there. We have our Northport Police. They're going to do a canine unit demonstration. We have some fun contests, like we have a Grooviest Threads dog costume contest and the Far Out Trick contest with some prizes for folks. So it's a fun event. As I said, it's free. If you're looking for a pup who needs a forever home, just see what I did there. Hey,
yes, you did.
You can stop by and find a furry new BFF. We have a lot of the great rescue organizations will be on site with some adoptable dogs. And we also accept pet food or supplies donations. So if you want to attend, hey, it's a free event and you want to feel good, bring a bag of dog food. We're going to make sure that gets to the local rescues to help them out. So we're also running a little pet food and supplies drive on their behalf. So it is one of my favorite events. I got to tell you, it's always fun to see. People can bring their dogs. Please keep them on the leash when you're there. I know usually our dog park is the leash free park, but for this event, we do ask that dogs are on a leash for the duration of it. But it is a fun day, and I love seeing all these cute little furry babies that I just want to pet and love on.
Well, there is something to be said for that event, because when I did go, I think I went the first time. But not having a dog, I have been to the dog park because we had Gator, our family dog, and Gator had been several times to the park.
Oh, sure.
With Little John. So I jokingly say we don't have a dog now. We had Gator back then.
Yeah.
And Gator always liked the parks. Even when she moved up into northern Florida and up into North Carolina and different areas that with the kids there, the parks are a big part of a community. If you go even into Venice and go to the Venice Dog Beach, there are people there from Northport that are at the park in Northport that brag about our park in Northport, but people who have their dogs, it's like having a kid. And they're always looking for a special place to go that they can take their dogs. And I know that we've worked really hard. We've done some updates at the dog park too in recent years with bathrooms and so forth, right?
Yeah, there's restrooms on site. We've worked real hard at making sure that, we groom it. We have fire ant control. We do a lot of maintenance. Our guys are there on site. They have a lot of really nice landscaping in the area. And they're always, they just recently put in some repairs for the gates to add to level it out, I believe, at the gate surface. So they're always doing upkeep out there. And they work hard at making it nice and safe for our furry little friends to enjoy. So,
and as many times as I drive past, there's always cars in the parking lot.
Oh, it's packed. There's a very active community. So if you're looking for a friend for your dog, you'll definitely find one there. I guarantee it.
Well, there's a question.
Who scoops the poop? You do, please.
No, not WKDW. You, the owner of the dog.
Yes. So we ask our dog caretakers, and there's bags. We provide them on site. And as John knows, we had a very active campaign last year at this time to remind people to be responsible caretakers. It's actually against city ordinance to not pick up after your pet. And the reason being is that, as everything does around here, it all flows into our waterways. And dog poop actually contains a lot of bacteria, much more so than any wild animal. So I'm sure one day that would be a fun thing for you to chat with Elizabeth about. She's in the public works, but she has a lot of information about why, because I think that's a question I got a lot when we first presented our Scoop the Poop campaign. People were like, well, there's owls and bobcats and their poop gets.
That's a great topic. I'd love to do it.
Yeah. And so she has a lot of really great information about why pet droppings are so much more harmful than our wildlife. And so that'd be a great topic. I cannot speak to that with any amount of scientific accuracy, so I will leave that to her.
People, I don't know that people really think of the consequences of leaving it.
Mm-hmm.
Up north, it's not so much the waterways. It's just pick it up.
Yeah.
Down here, we've got all these canals. Everything washes into the canal.
It does, yes.
Even the road grime. You see things out on the road. I hate to tell you, folks, we're drinking that water. So think about our canals. And we've educated people on our canals. I know that Chuck English can kind of go in depth on a lot of things about the canals.
Yeah,
they're still working on, still kind of trying to figure things out and make sure that our canals stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, all of that water that's there filters right past our water treatment plant. And why do you think that is? Because we utilize it. So keep that in mind. If you see something abnormal in the water, get a hold of Public Works. They've got the manpower. They've got the vehicles to go out there and get things moved, especially like trees, different things like that. But throwing things into our waterway that should not really be there, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, I'm throwing this in there and it's not part of that kind of nature. So don't throw it in.
Please don't. And if you want more information on that specifically to the pet waste, we do have a landing page set up. It's cityofnorthport.com/scoop. So we have a fun video there. We did a fun video. We partnered up with the Rockbox Music School and Stage, and Angel and his students over there, Angel Bartolotta and his team. They did a great job with that video with us. We're grateful to them. So you can enjoy the video. And then we also have some other information out there about why we ask that you pick up after your pets.
Just another partner you just mentioned.
Just another partner.
This show has been about Parks and Rec and about partners making Parks and Rec better.
Yeah.
And you helping businesses get exposure.
We do it. It really does take a community. And I think that's just, if I were to take a picture and enter our Community of Unity competition, I would probably take a picture of all our partnerships, because it does really help us make things happen. So, and Marie's giving us a hint here with the book swap.
Book swap's coming up too, right?
We do. Okay, so the book swap, for anyone who's not familiar with our book swap, this is a very, very popular event. We have it the first week of March, and how that works is if you have slightly used books, DVDs, games, oh my God, you name it, you can bring it in and turn it into the Morgan Family Community Center. You would drop it off from February 28th through March 3rd, anytime during operating hours. And for each item you turn in, you're going to get a ticket. And then you're going to come back that Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. So that's March 4th. And you'll be able to exchange your tickets to pick up something else that's available that somebody else dropped off. So it's a big book swap. We call it book swap, but there are other items there. It's a very popular event. I do ask that, just double check your content, make sure it's appropriate. We get a lot of great children's books. So if you're like me and you're looking to refresh your kids' library and get them entertainment for the long car trips we take, this is a great event to do that every year. My daughter, the oldest daughter, got really into Friends last year, and so she snagged a whole Friends DVD season. So she was very happy with that. But yeah, it's just a great event. A lot of good books. If you're a bookworm, you can do it. Let me see. Do I have to show? So we have a question that says, do I have to show my driver's license to show I don't live in Northport? Great question. Thank you for asking. You do not. So this is open to everybody, whether you're a resident of Northport or not. You can come in. We're not going to ask for your ID. We're just going to take the items, review them to make sure they're appropriate, and give you a ticket for the items. So, yep, it's open. Everybody's welcome.
Well, the good news is I know who typed that in, and I actually know who beat her to it. I did.
Oh, did you?
I beat her to it. I clicked on it before she got there. Didn't I, Marie? You can chime in. So,
yes.
Was this a race?
She's
I didn't even know a race was happening. Hold on, I'll celebrate for you.
All right. So we've got about 2-3 minutes left. What else do you have? Even though this was a packed show,
this was a
lot of information and a lot of things to do.
We have plenty, and especially this time of year, usually February, March, we have quite a few things happening. I'm looking at my big calendar. Let me look at my calendar. I'm going to pull it up. What have we not talked about?
Coming up?
Oh, we have I would be remiss if I didn't mention that on February 19th, we are going to be, we'll talk wiffle ball in a second. We're going to be at the Braves Stadium. They're having a Welcome Back Champions weekend. So on February 19th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., there is a Northport Braves Bash section of that out on the plaza. We have inflatables. We're going to have stilt walkers. We're going to have a DJ with music. There's an inflatable batting station. My friends from Parks and Rec were going to be there on site with lots of information. So admission is free. Come on out, check it out. Come say hi to us at the Brave Stadium. Looking forward to that. Wiffle ball. We have a wiffle ball tournament coming up later this month. Our deadline for registration is next Friday. So if you wish to play wiffle ball in our single day double elimination tournament, now is the time. Do not hesitate. Get signed up. It's going to be at the Narramore Sports Complex, and that is happening on February 26th. So please stop by the Morgan or give us a call at 429-7275 to get signed up for that. Looking forward to practicing my pitching because I know those wiffle balls can be tricky.
Yep.
And then we also have our Movie on the Green series. We just had our first one last Friday. Our next one is going to be February 25th. And we're going to be watching Space Jam: A New Legacy. That's out here at the City Center Front Green. It starts at 6:45 p.m. and that's another free event. So we put up the big inflatable movie screen. You bring your blankets and your chairs and grab a little green space. We usually have a craft for the kids that's themed to the event. And speaking of partners, our friends from Clara's Clubhouse come to that event, and they provide a space with some other activities for the kids who maybe can't necessarily sit still for the whole movie or need some other activities. So thank you to Clara's for partnering with us on so many of our events to make sure we're more adaptive and accessible and friendly to the kids in our community who need that. And looking forward to Space Jam. And as always, do I have time? How am I doing?
We got 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. As we have a lot of other programs too. We have an intro to sports. We have beginner archery. We have a beginner photography class. So I highly encourage you to stop by, see us in person, or look at our playbook to find those programs and classes, because registration for a lot of those things is open now. So cityofnorthport.com/playbook, or give us a call at 429-7275. And we're happy to help you get you signed up for that.
I got to get us off the air, believe it or not. And
we did it.
Here's the beauty. We just ran through a show about Parks and Rec, and I think we named maybe 8 to 10 groups or businesses that work directly with you to get these things going. And yes, we missed so many because
I'm sure I did.
We didn't even hit the people that are coming to Wolfstock to be vendors and things like that. So yeah, keep in mind, Parks and Rec really connects the city out. And really, as they're connecting out into the community, they really want you to focus in on the things that they're focusing on, which is Wolfstock and different venues like that, because they're bringing all of that focus back into the program that they're presenting. So
I took you off air. It's 4.
So we just thought she booted me off air before I get there. So
we're done.
We're done. And everybody out there in listening land, thank you so much. Facebook, YouTube, all that. Share the video. The more it gets shared, the more people get to see the information. Laura, it's a blessing. Every month it's a blessing.
Oh, well, thank you, John. I appreciate you always making time for us. So you're one of those partners that we really are grateful for. So thanks for what you do.
Here at WKDW, we look forward to it.